Today we are talking about one of my favorite topics that is near and dear to my heart. But like everything starts with self-love. The way that you go after your dreams, the partner you choose to date or be with can all be rooted in self-love, you know? You could choose the wrong partner because you don't believe that you deserve more. You can not go after your dreams because you don't believe you deserve more. Like, there's so many things. Once I learned to love myself, things changed, okay? Today's video is on habits you should have as a woman learning to love herself, okay? Got me a little glass of water and let's dive into it. The first habit that I have to talk about, that we need to talk about, and it's the most important habit that is on this list, and that is to build a habit of looking at self-love as something that doesn't have to do with your outside appearance. Having a habit of loving yourself outside of your appearance, underneath the surface, okay? Now, I'm not saying your appearance doesn't matter. I'm not saying looks don't matter, because I love putting on a full face of makeup. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I love getting dolled up. And when you look good, you feel good. I do believe in that statement. However, I would not be the woman I am today if I looked at self-love as something that has to do with my appearance. Because when I first started my self-love journey, I thought it was all about appearance. And I invested a lot in just learning how to do my makeup or growing my hair out or finding the perfect outfit. And I remember thinking that this is not enough. I still don't love myself. I still don't know how to give myself self-love, right? And then that's when I realized that self-love was underneath the surface. It was never something that had to do with your physical appearance. It's always been something inside of you. Something that you should already have, something that you don't even have to go seek because it's already with you, it's already there, okay? You have to have the habit of getting to know yourself, of getting to know who you are outside of your appearance, outside of the words that people have said about you, the things that people have said about you, the things outside of your past, outside of your future, outside of like your productivity, outside of all these things that you feel like you have to do to love yourself. You have to have a habit of spending time with yourself, of getting to know yourself, to know that you, underneath the surface, deserve love. You deserve self-love. The love you have for yourself should not be based on the way you look. The love you have for yourself should not be based on how productive you are that day. The love you have for yourself should not move, should not shake, okay? If you wake up and you're depressed one day and you can't get out of bed, guess what? You gotta love yourself, because that self-love is what's going to bring you out of that struggle. That self-love is what's going to bring you out of that pain. I'm telling you, okay? You have to put forth the effort of getting to know yourself, okay? Get a journal. If you don't take anything from this video, get a journal. Write out all the things that you love about yourself internally. Even if you can't find anything, write it out. Write something, okay? And lean into it. You will soon, as you get to know yourself, as you spend time with yourself, you'll figure out things internally that you love about yourself, the characteristics that you have about yourself. As you work on yourself, you'll start to realize how amazing you are underneath the surface, okay? The fact that you are here, and I've said this before, means that you're valuable, okay? Everybody that's here is valuable. Anybody that's been here is valuable, okay? You would not be here if you were not valuable, okay? Stop thinking you're unvaluable. You are valuable. And I'm not just saying that. It's very true. You have served as some kind of purpose in somebody's life, and for that, that is enough to make you valuable. That is enough to make you valuable. You just being here is enough to make you valuable. So get a journal, get to know yourself, look at all the past things, that past hurt and things that they said about you. Dig them all up. Release yourself from that pain. Release yourself from what people have said, and get to know yourself for who you are, not for what everybody else thinks. The next habit I have is to start making future you's life easier, okay? Future you's life easier. And what this means is that in the present moment, what can you do right now to make the future you's life easier? It be that you need to clean your room because you know tomorrow if you don't clean your room, then you're not going to get out of bed, then you're not going to do the things that you have to do. Could you have to do that, you know? Do you have to go to the gym because future you tomorrow is going to feel better if she goes to the gym, is going to feel better mentally if she goes to the gym? Do you have to do that? Okay, you have to start looking at present you as a thing where it's like, hey, I have to make future me happy. I have to make future me proud. I have to make future me safe, okay? I have to, oh my goodness, I'm getting so passionate, but I have to look at my present self now as, hey, I have to feel safe, okay? One of the things that I have started doing is running, just running. And there are times where I'm like, okay, I don't want to run today, but I know that running has helped my anxiety more than anything. And I know that if I don't run, then my anxiety is going to be all over the place. And my future self is going to be looking at me like, girl, did we not do our run? And this is not to say to be in this state of always thinking about the future self, because that causes anxiety in general too. Yes, you have to live in the present moment. It's important. However, if you know that you can do things to help the future you could just mean in 10 minutes, future you. In 10 minutes, you know, do you have to do that run so that in 10 minutes you can feel good about yourself? You can feel great about yourself. Do it, okay? Do the small things, okay? Do the hard things to make your life easier. That's self-love. And the next one that kind of coincides with this one is to constantly give your past self reassurance and grace. This is something that I learned a lot this year when it comes to self-love, is to give my past self grace. Not just making my future self life easier, but also making my present life easier by looking at my past mistakes as something that is forgivable, by looking at my past self as someone who needs that grace because she didn't know better at the time. She didn't know how to do that thing that she's beating herself up about in the present moment, you know? That's not self-love, you know? Self-love is looking at your past self and being like, yeah, you know, I did that, but I can learn from it, okay? I have a chance to learn from it. I have a chance to grow from it, okay? I can't keep holding this shame onto me or this pain onto me because of the fact that I did something in my past that I'm currently beating my present self up for. That's not self-love. Self-love is looking at it and being like, okay, yes, I did that, but I'm here now. I have to give my past self grace, and I wouldn't be the person I am today if I didn't make that past mistake. I wouldn't have learned that lesson if I didn't make that past mistake. I wouldn't have this amount of love, hope, like any of it, if I didn't do that past mistake. We need past mistakes. We need those things to happen in order to be the person that we are meant to be. So stop looking at yourself as something to be ashamed about. We've all done things. We've all made mistakes, but what's going to carry you is the love that you have for your past self, okay? Have a habit of reassuring yourself. Have a habit of giving yourself grace. Each time you try to beat yourself up for a past mistake, create a habit of giving yourself kind words, okay? Say the self-affirmations, okay? Cry a little bit and then say some more self-affirmations, okay? Do the things that you have to do to make yourself be okay with the past you. You have to love her. You have to love her. The next habit that I think you should have as a woman learning to love herself is to start looking at exercise as a mental health, self-love mental health habit. I don't even know, I came up with that term, okay? A self-love mental habit. I had to start looking at exercise as a way of loving myself, as a way of helping my mental health, as a way of helping my future me, like I was saying earlier. When we look at exercise as something to do just to look good, we lose the point, you know? We don't want to do it because that's not a good enough reason for us to keep going. I mean, yeah, when you see results, it does keep going. it does make you keep going. But honestly, I really think what keeps us going is how good we feel from working out. You know, that's what kind of keeps us going. And then we start seeing the results. We don't see the results right off the bat. Do you know the results that we see first? The results that we see first are the mental health results. They happen so instantly. When you start working out, you feel so good about yourself. You start being like, wow, I did this, I did that, and you start being more productive. Not to look at self-love as something as being more productive, but what I'm saying is you start feeling so good about yourself that you want to do things to make yourself feel better, that you want to do things to make your life easier, that you want to do those things to get yourself to your dream life. Okay, I realize that where I'm at in my life, I cannot get anywhere without my mental health. Like, I have to have impeccable mental health in order for me to get to my dream life. In order for me to do the things that I want to do, I have to take care of my body, whether that's mentally and physically. I have to take care of my body, and that is self-love. Start looking at exercise as self-love, okay? Start looking at it as mental health, self-love, okay? It is your self-love, okay? It is a self-love habit you have to start implementing, even if it is just walking every day. It is a version of self-love. The next habit you should have as a woman learning to love herself is to be big on your self-care. I do think that self-care makes us feel better. You know, I feel like exfoliating makes us feel better. Doing that face mask makes us feel better. Doing the self-care makes us feel like we are putting the attention towards ourselves. Self-care can also mean calling a friend. Self-care can mean exercise. Self-care can mean doing a face mask. Self-care can mean cooking for yourself. Those are the things that self-care is. You have to put big emphasis on self-care and also just prioritizing yourself in general. You should be prioritizing yourself and your well-being. You know, you have to learn to stop being a people pleaser. That's actually another bonus habit that you should have, is to stop trying to please everybody else. If you are not okay and you know that you need to put attention towards your self-care, you need to take the time out for yourself. Maybe you need a break to watch some TV. Maybe you need a break to just scroll on your phone if that makes you feel better. Like, do the things in your life that make you feel better. That is what's going to make you love yourself. Giving yourself self-care when needed. You're gonna need it. The next habit that I have as a woman learning to love herself is to stop withholding yourself from things. It's to start giving yourself new opportunities and to stop holding yourself back. What I mean by this is you have to stop holding yourself back from your desires. As a woman learning to love herself, it's a woman who gives herself the things that she wants out of life. I don't care how long it takes. I don't care if everyone else is doing it. I don't care if nobody is doing it. If you have a heart and you have a desire to do something, if you want to reinvent yourself, if you want to try a new career, if you want to make new friends, go out and do it, okay? Stop holding yourself back because you think you're gonna fail. Stop holding yourself back because you think people are gonna call you fake because you're acting brand new. Stop holding yourself back from the things that you know that are going to make you propel forward in life, okay? When it comes to self-love, when you are learning to love yourself, you have to be able to give yourself your desires and the things that you know will make you fulfilled. You know, stop holding yourself back. That isn't self-love. That is being a perfectionist. You know, I get it. You know, I'm not gonna lie, I get it. There's so many times I look back and be like, I should have just did that thing because the time went by anyway. Like, I remember just thinking, like, in college, like, I didn't want to do this certain major that I felt like was gonna take me a long time to complete. But now I'm looking back and I'm like, why didn't I just do that major? Because the time went by anyway. So it's just like, it's so interesting how we view things and how much we will hold ourselves back just because of time, or just because somebody else is doing it or somebody isn't doing it, or people are telling us that we can't do something. You have to have your own opinion, and you have to, with that opinion, you have to go after what you desire, okay? All that matters is what you think, not what somebody else thinks. Another habit that I have is to learn and have a habit of choosing the right people for you, okay? A lot of us have this habit of keeping around people that aren't meant for us, okay? Keeping around people that don't have our best interests in mind. Keeping around people that have hurt us countless of times, okay? That's not giving yourself love, okay? You deserve to have the right people around you. You deserve for people to uplift you, for people to encourage you, for people to inspire you, for people to hold you accountable and make you better, you know? You deserve friends that love you for you, okay? And the more you keep around people that you know aren't right for you, or don't feel right to you, or don't even align with you, or align with your, like, who you want to be or who you are, you're gonna regret it. You're gonna build up resentment, but also, like, you'll never find your tribe. You'll never find your tribe if you are always entertaining people who aren't right for you. And this goes for friends, and this also goes for guys in your life. You're never gonna find the right person for you, the person that's gonna make you feel safe, the person that's gonna make you feel like happy and excited to be around. You're never gonna find that if you keep around people that aren't right for you. You have to get in the habit of choosing the right people. And I would say the main thing that I would say when it comes to choosing the right people is you have to be right with yourself first. You have to build a relationship with yourself first. You have to learn to be your own friend, and then you have to learn what you like, and you have to be able to be willing to get hurt, you know? And what I mean by being willing to get hurt is you have to be able to put yourself out there knowing that, hey, maybe people will reject me, but in that rejection, I will find the right people, the right tribe for me. That is how you find the right people for you. You put yourself out there and you let the magic happen. The next habit that I have as a woman learning to love herself is to learn to listen to yourself. Whether that's listening to your desires, how you feel, your gut, how you feel around people, what you want, your dreams, if you need a break, when you feel burnt out, when you need to say no, when you aren't okay. You have the answers inside of you, okay? You know when you're not feeling okay. You know when you're feeling burnt out. You know when you need a break. You have to listen to your body. You have to listen to your gut. You have to listen to your feelings, okay? You have to listen to your desires. All of these things, okay? It'll make your life easier. It really will. A lot of us have been trained to ignore our feelings, or have been trained to think that everybody else's needs matter and yours don't. And that's not true, okay? Your needs matter. You matter, okay? And the way that you feel and the way that you think matters. And you have to have a habit of listening to yourself, okay? You know all the answers. You know the right thing to do, okay? It's because you are seeking things outside of yourself that you're finding yourself in a bind, okay? If you stop seeking things outside of yourself and you start seeking things internally within yourself, you will find that you know the answers, you know the right thing to do, you know what you should do, okay? It's just the fear. We get afraid, we stop trusting ourselves because we're like, I don't know how to do this, like I've never done this before, and sometimes we invalidate ourselves because it's just unnatural for us to look at ourselves and be like, my feelings do matter and I matter. Like, it's hard to look at that because you don't want to be seen as selfish, but it's not selfish, you know? It is not selfish to take care of yourself. You have to take care of you in order for you to put out the energy to help other people. You cannot help other people without taking care of you, okay? You cannot pour from an empty cup. You have to be able to take care of you first, and then you pour and you give to people when your cup is overflowing. Not just full, but it's overflowing. Next thing, as a habit of a woman who is learning to love herself, is you have to be willing to put in the work no matter what. Whether it's internal or physical. You have to stop looking at your weaknesses as, this is it for me. I'm not good at this, I'm not even gonna try. You have to stop looking at your insecurities as, there's no hope for me. I'm always going to be like this. It's never going to change. A woman who loves herself knows she's not perfect, and she's okay with that. She's okay with her weaknesses, but she's also okay with learning and trying to master her weaknesses. Or maybe she can't master her weaknesses, but maybe she's mastering her strengths and she's leaning onto that, and she's becoming okay with her weaknesses, okay? And a woman who loves herself is working on her insecurities, is journaling, is understanding her insecurities and accepting those insecurities. But also, like, if she wants to change something, she's able to still love herself but also make the changes necessary that she knows she needs to make. A woman who loves herself doesn't give up on herself when she sees adversity, when she sees trials, when she feels like things aren't going well, okay? I understand, trust me, I understand. Sometimes you just be sitting there like, I just don't feel like doing nothing. I want to give up on my dreams. I want to do this. Like, I understand, but best believe if you want to learn how to love yourself, if you are in the process of learning to love yourself, you have to get yourself back up, okay? You have to get yourself back up. Do not give up on yourself, okay? A woman who loves herself doesn't give up on herself. If you're having a hard time, just know that the struggles that you are facing is going to turn into triumph. It really is. It's going to turn into triumph. We can't have good moments without the bad moments. We can't have the bad moments are the moments that are going to test you, but they're going to teach you how to be the woman that you're supposed to be in this lifetime. So enjoy the bad moments, because the bad moments mean that good moments are coming. The next habit is of a woman who's learning to love herself is you have to learn how to form your own opinions and view yourself on a pedestal, okay? A lot of us take a lot in about what people think about us, and we take it to heart, and because they think these things about us, we feel like we are exactly what they say, but you are not exactly what they say. You are exactly what you say, okay? You are the person that defines your identity. You are the one that is going to define who you are, okay? I ams are so powerful, okay? I am beautiful, I am feminine, I am gorgeous, I am productive, I am amazing, I am a YouTuber. All of these things, say them out loud and say them proud. And if somebody tells you that you're not, you continue to say it to yourself. You continue to repeat it to yourself until you believe it, okay? I ams are so powerful. You have to reaffirm, and make sure that you are forming your own opinion about yourself. You are putting your opinion above everyone else's. You know why? Because it's your life. And that's not to say that you don't listen to constructive criticism and you don't take accountability for your actions and you don't listen to people that are holding you accountable. Yes, a woman who loves herself does those things too, okay? She takes the people that she loves opinions into consideration. However, her opinion is the one that triumphs over everything. The next one and the last one that I have to talk about is giving yourself the love that you deserve consistently. A woman who loves herself doesn't wait to get rewarded with things, doesn't wait to get gifted with things. If she loves herself, she's going to give it to herself, okay? That's including flowers, that's including affirmations, acts of service, all of the love languages, okay? Look at yourself in the mirror, tell yourself that you're beautiful, all of those things. Those are the things that a woman who loves herself does. She doesn't wait for everybody else to give it to her. She gives it to herself, okay? If she can't get that from somebody else, she's giving it to herself. Even if somebody is gifting her flowers and all these other things, she is still giving it to herself because she's worth it. Okay guys, my camera is about to die, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I hope you found it helpful. Let me know if you want some more self-love tips and habits. I have plenty of other videos about self-love, and yeah, you have a wonderful day. Bye.